So today, as I said, we are just going to. So, did you practice over the week? SQL.
Yes, sir. But not that much, sir, because it has been raining here in Sokoto since last Sunday. So
Rainy.
the light has been coming on and off. So there was no.
Okay, yeah, in
Yes,
Sokoto.
it's on Sunday evening, immediately after the class. Yes, sir. So no light.
Wow,
Night.
I didn't know you are in Sokoto.
Only practice. Yes, sir.
I in Sokoto now. I start in Sokoto now.
I'm fine,
So,
sir. Wow.
so I served at the what's it called? The Polytechnic.
Okay.
I stayed at
Matching cafe.
2016.
Wow.
Okay, that was how it well, okay, there was Sokoto that you know John.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So are you in Dansodio? Are you schooling in
Yes,
Dansodio?
I'm in Amphodi. Yes, yes.
Wow. So
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I would want us to we just basically practice today. So I want us to use this site. So let me send it to you. It will help you guys. So this site has different exercises, be it you want exercises on Python, exercises on Power BI, exercises on SQL, almost everything you need. So, and it's very, 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 always very, very helpful. So I will just go to SQL exercises, and instantly you'll be able to choose. So there are 198 exercises, and you can see you can now choose. So I want you to also connect to this site on your system, because the exercise I will give you have to use this this site.
Why?
So you can see
Okay.
different exercises on simple queries, on where calculations, basic joins, subqueries, and all. So you have them here. So let's start with subquery, for example. So that's basically what I'm just going to do. Then afterwards, I will just so you can see the first exercise here. So when you just click on the first exercise, say go to exercise, and then it will open up for you this way. It's telling you before you can do this, you need to download and unzip this file. So this file is an SQL file that you download and you now run it on your Management Studio. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think, yeah, you can see it's a zip file. You open it. So now, okay, this is how it is. So it's going to, so you have to unzip it. How do you do that? You just say extract all. So I tell you where you want to extract it. Extract it here. So now you can see it's been extracted. This is it. Okay, sorry, this is it. The extracted one is this. So inside this place, you have the database here. So if you open this notepad now, you will see this is a script you have to now run from SSMS. So this is a script you now have to run from SSMS. You can see. So switch, create, and so I'm not now going to, I haven't downloaded it. Welcome, downloader. So I haven't downloaded it. You now go back to your SSMS, and then just say new query. Or no, don't just say, don't even say new query. Just come to file, come to open. Open what? Open a file. So then you go to where you download. Remember, we are not using this, we are using this zip file. This is the zip file. All right, click on it, and then this is the file. And then you say open. Really, you can see you have opened it now. All you need to do now is, so if you follow the instruction on the site, you can see it said go into SQL Server Management Studio, open the file you've unzipped, then execute the script. That's it. So when you execute the script, this will generate database that you will need to use for this exercise. Note that database and script can only be used for the exercise and all. So you see that all you need to do now is just execute. So before I execute this, all right. So you have to do the same thing. so that by the time I'm giving you the classwork,
Okay, sir.
so that you are so you can see now that what is this one doing? Create database word event, right? I just want
Yes.
us to go through the script so that you see what it's doing. So it's going to create another database word event. But I've already run this script. So if you go to database now, you can see word events. I've already run this script. Word events. Now you can see that there are different ways you can create database now. Is either you can the different ways is either you create it yourself, like what we did last week, DB employee that we did, or you restore a database. Maybe you have a database before, you can restore it, all right, or you run it as a script like what we have. So we are creating a database. This code now we create the database word defense, which is what you see here. Then switch it to it. So this one now is saying use word defense. Remember what I said about use word defense is saying use that database for your work. So any table you are creating should go under that database. And you can see now that create table, you can see this table is creating the table, another table, TBL continent, TBL category, TBL country, and TBL event. If you come to this world event now, it has created those 4 tables: TBL, category, continent, country, and event. Can you see it now? Then
Yes, sir.
the next thing is doing is create a view. View event. So how do you create a view? If you watch the video, you see that this is the syntax to create a view. Create view, the view name as, then any query you want to now put in, select another. Yeah, so this is doing a join. Go, yeah. So you can see they are now inserting into the first table. You can see after doing that, they are inserting into the second table. So after doing that, they inserted into the third table. You can see the values, and then they inserted into the last table. You can see it's still the same way we do inserting. It's just that, this one now, there is no need for writing. So you can see that sometimes you have a script like this. You don't need to always write the insert. So they inserted. You can see a lot of records inserted into the last table, and you can see it. That's all, and then off. So now, if I run this now, it will tell me it already exists. You can see that completion time, syntax error, it already exists. But when you run it on your own end, it will run because it's a new it's new to you, right? So you are going to run that, but before that, so that's just a description of how you can run it. Then the next thing is you go to the exercise, right? So if I were you, immediately after this class, or maybe after the whole course, I'll come here and start everything. We did Excel. Go to the Excel practices. At least practice at least 3 or 4 from each of these. If you master this, you are okay. Anyway, you can start applying for jobs. Yeah. So after the part, you go to Power BI, the Power BI exercises. You can see 139 of them. Go to Python and then SQL. Then you are fine. So now to the first exercise, it says create a query to list out the following columns from TBL events with the most recent first, for which we need to use. Okay, it will even help you. So we want to list out event name and event date, but with the most recent first. Here is what your query should show. You can see event name. This is how you show. So it will give you a picture. If you are not in line, at least you know. Okay, maybe the query is wrong. So you know you need to correct it. Database stops at the end of 2016. So we are going to do this now. So he said the question is create a query to list out the following columns from TBL event table. So event name and event date. So the first thing I want to do is first of all check so that I won't be writing everything once. I can just say this is events. I will just right click it there. I will say top 1000. All right. Then, but what I need to return is just the event name and event date. So I will remove this one. So this is what I'm told to run. So I can run it now. But now you can see now. But now we were told it must be from what? From the most recent first. So most recent first, that should tell you that it should be in descending order from the most recent. So we now say order by event date. Hi, Dami, are you here? So in descending order. Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir.
So is your SQL installed now?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Is your SQL
Yeah,
installed now?
I'm fine. I'm fine, sir.
Is your SQL installed now?
I'm fine, sir.
Hello? Do you have SQL?
SQL, I'm about doing it, but my network is bad.
So have you installed it?
The network is bad. The
Okay.
network is bad. I'm on it. I'm on it,
Okay.
sir.
Uh,
Yes. We have been trying it here.
but you've downloaded it's just for you to install, Abi.
Yes, just to install.
Wow. Okay. Meaning you not be able to really follow through because I'll be giving out the exercises. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know. So now we just do by descending and we execute. So you can see that it's now starting from the highest month. So you can go to the exercise and check if it looks Donald Trump, Brexit votes, and that. So if you look at that, okay, Donald Trump, you can see so it's in order now. So that way you have answered the first question. So why do you need all these things? There are times, I told you, why do you need SQL database? Because Excel has a limit, Power BI also has a limit, but from here, you can do a lot of trick on your data before you now load it in your Power BI. All right, I can connect this to Power BI now. All right, all I need to do is, for example, if I open Power BI now, so let's say, for example, all I need from this table, I can decide to print the whole table. I will remove this top 1000 and I will execute. All right. So this is the whole table. So let's say I don't need all the whole table. All I need from this table is just this. All right. I can pass this into my Power BI. So it helps my performance, the performance of my dashboard or the report I'm preparing. So it won't, when I say performance, it won't take time for it to load your data. It won't take time for you to do automation. So I'm just going to connect to this database now, for example. Yeah. Remember that these are my credentials. The server name is this. All right. So all I just do is, okay, let's say I've worked on my data. So I just want to, so that you understand how you link your SQL with your Power BI or anything, or you can link it into Excel as well. SQL is using, so you are manipulating, what you are doing now is you are manipulating data. This is what I want. I want to remove a column. I want to add a column. This one. When you do all that and your data is ready, you connect the SQL server. Just give server name. I can come back here and say, this is the server name. Control C, Control A, Control C. See? So now there are two ways you can import now. You can see data connectivity mode, import or direct query. So now when the two, I think in one of the lecture notes I said this. So when your data is much, right? Is when your data is large, when it's running into maybe billions, it's better to use the direct query. But when your data is pretty, maybe not too large, then it's fine to just use import. All right. So we're going to use import in this case. Now there is an advanced option. You can see this advanced option here. Now I will explain both for us, but for now, let me just connect to the desktop. So if I connect to this desktop now, this server, this is my server. If I say okay, you can see he's saying, do you want to use your current credentials? Yes, I'm connecting my current because it's my local. We are unable to data sources. Just say okay. Now, when I do this connection now, you see that it will bring out all the databases that I have. You can see them. Adventure Works, all the tables under it, you see it. All right. DB employee that we did last week, you're able to see all the departments. Please, guys, are you here with me? Are you here with me, guys? Hello?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
This guy has left. Okay. So then all the tables are also here. Event, category, continent, and all that. So this is how we can connect. All right. If I just click on this now, depending on the table I want, if I click on this, I'm able to see a preview, and then I can decide to say, okay, load or transform, and it takes me to Power Query. All right. Or even as I'm connecting, I can still choose to SQL server. The server name is this. I can still choose to put database name. So I can come to my database and okay, maybe this is the database I want to. This is World Events. So I'll just copy it. See? So that would be the name of my database. So I'll just say V as the name of my. So you can see now. So now I can choose this database. Instead of me having to choose list all the databases, I can just choose the one I want to work with. If I say okay, all it will return is all the tables in the what you can see database. So if I click on table event now, this is going to be returning all the records in this table. All right. Now, let's say I don't want to return all the records in this table. Let's say I want to pass in this query here. I can also do that. I can copy this query here, Control C. All right. Come back to close this. Let's close this. And copy that query here. Come back to this place, SQL Server again. I will enter. Please mute. I will enter. Please mute. Adoration. So I can copy the name of my database and also copy the name of copy the name of server. I can come to my database. I will copy the name of that database. Copy the name of the database. Okay, so I'll copy the name of my database. Then in advance here, let's say this is what I just want to return, right? This is all I need from that data, from this table. I can copy this query, Control C, and then paste it in this again. So that's why you can see SQL statement. So this one now, we just, because I've passed in that argument, because I've passed in this argument, this one now will return for me, it will return just this table here. So even if I say, okay, maybe top 10, for example, top 10. So, this one, if I run this one, it will give me top 10. So if I go back to my query and I had select top 10, for example. Now, if I run it now, to just give me this part of the query alone. So you can see, it's giving me that top 10. Then I can decide to now, okay, if I want to make it Power Query, I say transform. If I want to take it directly to Power BI desktop, I'll click load. If I want to take it to Power Query, I'll say transform. Maybe I want to clean it or something. So, and then you can see this is connected to the database already. So as the data is growing, this one is also growing. I just need to refresh. So one other advantage of databases is not like Excel file. If it is Excel file now, you have to go and open it and download it. All right. But if it's database, so for your database now, your data might be coming from an app maybe transactional data, everything is coming to the database. All you need to do is refresh your dashboard or your report, and you're fine. So this is basically how you can connect your SQL to database, to your Power BI. You can do same with Excel as well. Does that make sense to us, guys? I'm just going to close this.
Sure.
So that's just so we've been able to answer the first question. It says print out the event name and event date using arranging it from the latest to the exam. We've done that. So that question is done. Then we go to the next one. The third one you are going to be answering it. So get ready. So that's why you share your screen so that I'll see you. So this next one is saying it's still the same data. So when you've done it once, you are fine. Write a query to show the first 5 events in date order from the TBL event. So we have to write a query to select the first five events. So which that is pretty simple, right? So all we need to do is for all the events. So we'll say select star. So I do select star now. It's going to give me every table. But what we need, the question says select the first 5 events in date order. So in date order means from the beginning, right? So yeah, so I'm just going to say select top 5. So if I say select top 5, it gives me this. Now, but you say in the order of dates, if you check the screenshots they sent now, you see that Adam Smith is the first detail here. Let's check it here. Adam Smith is not the first detail. So when you say top 5 now in the order of dates, so meaning they want us to order by event date, right? Order by event date. That would be what in descending. So let's do that. You can see now that wait, still is it still the same thing? Okay, no. This Adam. So let's understand what they're looking for actually. So there are a few things to notice. You should give the column aliases. Okay, what and details in this case. So in this case, the what will be event name, and details will be event details. So in that case, what they are saying is we are selecting just 2 columns: event date, event name, rather. Event name, and we are aliasing it what as what. Remember I told you that alias, that's how you alias as what. Then also event name as what, then event details as what, as details. So meaning when your data is coming out, it will come out as what and detail. Let's first of all run this now. Slides. So you can see now what and details. Now, but we have not what our answer does not still look at like this, Abby. What a query should return. Select top 5 to limit the result to top. Even though you are sorting by event date, it doesn't have to be included here. When you have got this working, save the query as the done of this. So you can decide to save. I will show us how you can save. So you use to select top 5 to limit the result to the top 5 rows. So which you have used there. But let's remove this last line because I want us to have the same thing they have there. So this is giving us reactor 4 ads, which is different. Okay, so let's do something. Let's sort it in ascending. Yes, see. So let's sort in ascending. Okay, obviously the sorting is in ascending order. So we can see that it looks like what we have here now. The Wealth of Nations published Adam Smith. The Wealth of Nations Adam Smith. So we are sorting in ascending order. All right, so we are fine now. This is what we are told to do. And then he said save it as something. So when you want to save your query, very simple. Just save. Even if you say Control S, Then you can choose to now write the name you don't want this. And you save it. So anytime you can reuse this query now. So anytime you want to open it, all you need to do is come to your file, open, and then or you come to recent files. You can see the ones you just opened, or you open, then you go to file. Yeah. You're able to. Does that make sense to you? So I've answered that. I'm going to answer the third one, and you answer the fourth one. Is that fine? Then we'll move to the next one. So this is basically what we are going to be doing. Are we good with that? Do we like that? Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So now this third one says, write a query to list out ID number and name of the last three categories from TBL category table in alphabetical order. Create a query to list out ID number. So, and their what? And the category name. So the first thing is you go to your category table. This is the category. You can right click it just to view some of the, okay, this is how it looks like. So we are now told to get the last three. So the last three categories from category table in alphabetical order. So last three category, meaning we are sorting by category name. So if we say, okay, let me remove this condition first. Okay. Let me leave it. So if I want to sort it now, I will say order by what? By category name. So if I want to do the last three, meaning I have to sort from Z to A. That is the descent from Z to A. So if I do this now, yeah, so you can see, is this wrong? Okay, it has run now. It has run now. You can see it has run now. We've run it, but we just need the top three. So, Abi, is it top three or top five? The last three. So what do we do? How do I add to this query to make it to give me just the top three, the first three? How do I add to this query? Hello, are you there? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So what do I add to my query to give me top three? No idea. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I said, what do I add to this query to give me top three? Top three on this.
Select top three.
So top three. So you can see now. So that gives me the top three. And that way you can see that it's the same thing what we are doing. It's like your network is bad, Adoration. Can you hear me as well, Damilola? Is it clear on your end too?
Yes, sir. My network is bad. I don't know what's wrong with Glow network this evening. It's bad.
Don't forget that you can use select top three. So we've done that. We are fine. Let's go back. Now, this first one, please connect. I hope we are connected now. So connect and answer this fourth one. Can we see my screen? So the first thing, as I've told us, is first of all, download the zip file. When you download the zip file, run it in your SSMS and then start working. Do you understand what you are going to do? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. Is it good? Daniela will not be able to follow us since you don't have. But please just try and when you are busy. That would be good if you are able to follow and you are able to practice these things. Adoration, how is it going? Are you there? Hello, Adoration, can you hear me? Okay. Oh, you are finding it difficult to download. Uh, what do we do now? But it's not large. You don't have another network. It's not that large. It's a small file. Maybe. Maybe I'll have to continue then. Yeah. So let me just go ahead. Yeah, since you're having network issues. But can you hear me? Can you hear me? These guys, can you hear me? Hello, am I talking to myself?
Can I, sir?
Okay, okay. So I said maybe I just have to continue since you have network issues.
Oh,
Uh, create a query which uses two separate select statements to show the first and the last two events in the date order from TBL event. So we are to create two separate select statements that show the first and the last two. So the first one will show the first two, and then the other one will show the last two. The last two what's that? The last two events. Yeah. So don't forget. Yeah. So let me use this. Let me use this. The one that I've aliased. Event as what? Event as this. So the first two will be in descending. So all you need to do is copy the code, Control C, come down, Control V again, and then you now say ascending now. So that way it gives you the first two and the last two. Let's run this now. You can see it runs the two queries together. Donald Trump elected Brexit votes, this and this. So now depends, I think we are returning date as well. Okay, when? So we need to return date. So instead of event details, we'll say event date. Event date as when? As guys, are you following me?
yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay. Select dot. What's wrong? Is it the way I wrote it? Event. Okay, as when. Now you see that there's an error here because when is a keyword in SQL. So and that's why I'm getting error. So I need to put this when. Remember I told you I need to put this when in a quote. That's the only way I need to run. Because when is not, it's just like doing a sum. Sum is a reserved word, so you cannot just use any word. Yeah. So yeah. So you can see now when I put it in quote now, I'll be able to run it and it will run. You can see now. So yeah, so with that, we've been able to do okay. Now redirect the output to this query to test rather than to grid to get something like this when you run it. So to test, so all you need to do is just switch it here. Coming to test now, there is a way you result to grid. This is result to test. So yeah, so now when I run it now, yeah, so this is what they mean. So there is a place there where you can say results to grid, results to test. So or you can say Control T, or you just say Control D for grid as well. So in this case, you are getting your result in this way. You can see it's still the same thing. Brefort, what, and then like that. But you want to get it in grid, like in a table. You have to click on this one, and then you run execute so that you get it in this format. So you can see. So if you think this looks messy, and it does, try adding the command set no count on to the beginning of your query to suppress the number, to suppress the row number messages. Save this. So we can also run this. Let's just set this set no count on. So for this, especially for this to test, we can say can run this. When we run this now, yeah, so that it looks, yeah, that's just a format to make it more appealing. Yeah. Save that query if you want to save. I'm not interested in saving. So at least basically we've been able to run the simple queries. So again, you can go to SQL. All right, let me refresh. And go to SQL, and then you choose. So we are done with this one. We can try the next one now, which is setting criteria using where. So 5 exercises are there. Let's click on it. So then again, so I won't do everything here so that you, when you have network, you can go ahead. So I'm just going to do the first two, right? So this question, so it now depends. It's still the same. We have to first of all check, is this still the same table? Okay, it's still around the same table, so we are good. So write a query to list out all of the events from table events, from the event table in category number 11, which corresponds to love and relationships. Which corresponds to loves and relationships as it happens. So we have to list out all events, and so we are listing out event name and date, right? Where the category number in category number 11, which correspond to love and relationships. So first, let's go to table. I would like to first of all remove all this. Am I even recording? Yes. So I'm going to first of all remove this. Now say select. Let's first of all select the event name, event date. Yes. So let's select that first. No, let's start. So I want to be sure, okay, there's category ID here. So I want to first of all say select star from TBL event. I want to see how many record of the category ID 11 as. So what do? I will say where category ID is what? 11. Where category ID is 11, execute that. So you can see this is where the category ID is 11, but that's not where we are going. The question says, which correspond to, I think that's the same. P, pop, yeah. So which correspond, well, let's say which correspond, so that the category 11 correspond to love and relationship as it happens. So we are good now. So all you need to do to finish our query is, we are not told to return everything, we are just told to return name and date. So you just go back here and edit our this and make it event name, event date. All right. So select event name, event date from what event, where category is. So you see. So this is the start of where clauses. Are we following? Are you with me, guys? I would have loved, because the reason why I even wanted, I
Yes,
wanted
sir.
us to really do it together. I would have loved us to practice that, to run it, and then we have exercise. This will go to.
I finally downloaded mine now, sir.
Okay. So okay, you downloaded it now. Have you run it in SQL? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Have you run it in SQL? Have you run that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you run
Yes.
it, then try this other one. Try the second question. So let me open it in case. Or you can also connect to the cyborg, so that because of the network. So this is the question. Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So go ahead and answer that. You have 5 minutes.
Which one, sir? This the one
This
with
one, this
bullet.
one, this one, this one. You can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So you read from here. First show. So this is the question. This is where the question starts.
Okay.
From here. So
Okay.
read it and look at. So it's still the same table. Any progress so far? Please drop a chat. Are you getting it? I have 2 minutes more. Hello? Okay. Okay, you're not getting it, right? What are the blockers? Okay, so let's connect together then. Let's solve it together. So although this is other than that video, so let's look at it together. So first, show a list of all events which might have something to do with water. So hello, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, guys.
Yes, I can hear you. I
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay. So first, show a list of all events which have something to do with water. So how do you know an event which has something to do with water? The first thing is, let's select star. So it is from this event name that you know any events. Should that be event name or event details? They might give a thing. They take place in one island. The wise interpretation of this is that one or more of the following is true. Okay, event details column contain a word. Okay, so it's from the event details. How do you know the rows that have something that to do with water? So you can say where event details, like, so remember I gave you this idea that if it's control something related to water, like water now, in this case would be like, so that contains water. It might start with water, it might end with water. So if you are doing contain, if you want gone through the videos I sent so far, when you say percentage, you write water, you will close percentage. So this one means contains water. Anywhere in the sentence contains water. So let's go for it. You can see it is just from 4 rows that we have event that contain water. So if you check this word here now, you see that there is water in between here. Water must be in there. You can see this is water gate. So this is here. So this solved the trial. Then the next question now is so they take place in one of the island countries, 8, 22, 30, 35, corresponding to Japan. Okay, yeah. Then their event details, okay. Their category number is 4, 4. Okay. This should return 11 rows. Okay. It's saying capital letter W. So let's change this small letter to capital. Okay, so wait. Now I add a criterion to show only those events which happened since 1970. You need to use parentheses to get this to give the correct answer. So which happens since 1970. So to get event that happens since 1970, so meaning it has since 1970 now, but we are not given the range of dates. So my idea of this is they take place in one of the island. Let's see. Let's check 8, 22, 30. This is 4 now. Corresponding to Japan. Yes. Their event details. One or more of the following is true. Okay. 8, 22, 30, 35. their event details column contains the word water, not the test water, but the word water. Okay, the word water. Okay. Not the test water. So the difference now is the word water is different from the test. So if we say a word is water, so meaning water is standing on its own. So we might have to now rework this. So instead of doing it this way, we now do to get water now. We say space like this. This is the only place where you have water standing on its own. Okay, their category number is 4. Okay, so he said this is a one or more of the following is true. So we are going to use an or. We'll say or where event details like this or category ID equals to 4. Right. So you can see it's extending. Then another condition is category is number 4. They take place in one of the island countries. Okay, one of the island countries, 8, 22, 30, 35. So which number? Okay, that is country ID. Or without another or country ID in, you can do an in. You cannot pass in those numbers. 8, 22, 30, 35. 8, 22, 30, 35. All right. 8, 22, 30, 35. Yeah. So if you run this now, you can see now, yeah, this is what they are telling us. So you can see now you have how many records? 11 rows. So this is just telling you how you do all statements here. Where event details like space, water space, because they said it was contained the word water, not the test water. So the test water is water can be anywhere, but word water was for it to be a word, it must stand on its own. And that's why you have the word water. Category ID is 4. We've said that. That's why we are using or country ID in this. So that's how you run this query. It will return 11 rows, and that is what is returning for us. You can see this should return 11 rows. Now add the criterion to show only those events which happened since 1970. You may need to use parentheses to get this to give the correct answer. Here is what you should get. Okay, so now this 1970, now we need to understand what they mean by since 1970. Well, let's first of all see how many records they expect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's see. These are records. How many of them is in 1970? Okay, so what we can also look at is, let's look at the words. Maybe in the words it contains 1970. Anything 1970. So I think that their statement is not entirely right. Is it after 1970? Or let's interpret what since 1970 could mean. Since 1970. Maybe 1970 till date. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking from 1970. Hello, are you there, guys? Respond. I just
Yes, sir.
I'm asking. So I'm saying since 1970 could mean 1970 till date. So I can say where event date is greater than or equal to. All right. So I can now say I can now pass in 1970 a month 01 01. So anything that occurred from January 1, 1970, record it. So I'm using and in this case because it is a must, it's not an or condition. Okay, so this is the ones since 1970, but this is not right. These two should not be here. Greater than equal to 1970. Except So event date. So okay, let's do greater than this. This first two should not be there. Okay. So it's possible we need to cast this date as date. So there's a cast function which is called cast. So cast takes two arguments. It takes the column and the date, the data type you want to convert to. We are converting it to date now. So cast as date. So something of this nature. Let's see, maybe that's why. Okay, it's not about it. Why is it now not? So what we can do is, okay, so this is what I will do. So where events, so you can also use between. I can use between 1970 and today. So today, to get today in SQL, you use get date. Get date give you the date of today. So get date gives you today the date of today. So it's still here. So yeah. So I think maybe because if you see this from this row 3 now, this gives us 5 records. Okay, I think I understand now. So the reason why this is returning these other ones, right? So let me change it back to greater than. So the reason is because of this condition we put in. The condition, the whole conditions. So you can do so let's read the now they can just show only those events which happened since 1970. Okay. So you shouldn't be sure. You can see you should start from 1972, 76, 82, 2003, 2005. You should start from 72, 76, 82. Yeah, you should start from there. So, and one reason I think should be this is the event date is greater than. Okay, so let me run this first. Okay, okay, let me do this. Where, yes, all these ones. Aha. So all I need to do is just to put it inside brackets so that this one is the first condition. All these ones there, they are the first condition, and this one is the second condition. So where event details like water or this, and so I'm putting this in brackets so that to separate it. And event date is greater than 1970 January. So you can see it's giving us the 5 rows. Does that make sense to us? So I just told us we can use get date. If I say select get date. From let's get it. I think this should be, you can see what is today's date? 21st of August. The time 6:06. It will give you everything to the last one. So get date is used to return the current date. Yeah, so that's that about that. So but you are connected now because I might give you this next question. So this next one, you try that. You try it.
Yes, so let me try, sir.
Okay, so go ahead. You have 5 minutes. Any progress? Any progress, Adoration? Hello, are you there?
I'm on it, sir. I'm on it, sir.
Hello, Adoration, are you there? Can you hear me? This is the idea. Hello. Okay. Okay, you're on it.
All right, it's showing me error, sir.
Share your screen. Share your screen. Do you have network to share screen like this? Or screenshot it and send it to me. If your network cannot withstand sharing screen. Hello? You are unable to share your screen? Hello? Hello? Ah, this is your network today.
Hello. Hello.
It's like the network on your side is bad. Okay, it's showing you error. So can you copy your code? Let me see. Copy your code and paste it here.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you. Copy your code and paste it in this chat. So let me run it. Let me see what you are running. Just copy your code. I think it's fine. Copy the code, drop it here. Let me see it. Addition, can you hear me? Please do that. So that we can continue. Hello, Addition, are you there? Okay, so let me proceed to solving it. I don't know. Maybe it's network. It's network as expected. So to do this, create a query which lists out all of the events which took place in February 2005. So very straightforward, pretty straightforward. So to get the event that happened in February 2005, we know that February starts from 01 to February 1 to 28 or 29, depending on the kind of the kind of year. So I'm just going to say select event name as what's the alias they use, what and when. So event name as what, comma, event date as, put it in hyphen in a single quote, because when is a reserved word. Event name as when, event date as when, from. So let's change this condition now. Where we now do a where clause that says where event date. So two ways you can do it is where you can say where event date is greater than it's 2005, so we'll say 2005. 02, the month is February, is greater than, and I will now say and again, and event dates, I'll copy this to be an event dates is less than or equal to, so 2005 is still February, but now let's do 29. All right. Now this gives us every date, every event that took place in February. All right. Every event that took place in February. So now let me run this code now. Adoration, Dami, are you seeing this? So you can failed.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So the reason is because this one should be 28. Let's change that date to 28. You can see now, this is one way we can run that. You can see it's giving us every event, and if you check the answer here as well, see that it's just returning the 2. Now that's one way to pass in date range. Another way is, instead of using this, we also say where event date. I'm going to comment this out. Where event dates between, you can see between this and this date. So this way as well, you can also use this. Where event date between February 1 and February 28. Anyone that you use will work. But you can see it's still giving me the same results. All right. Yeah. Does that make sense to us? Yes, that's how to solve that. So you can go ahead and solve. We've been able to solve like 3 of them. So you can go ahead and solve the remaining one there. So we move to another category. All right. Let me refresh. Yeah. So we've done something around this. We've done something around where. Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Because if you really gone through the lecture notes, I think it shouldn't be something. Yeah. The lecture notes and of course the live classes as well. So calculations. Let's just do some calculations. So be ready to also practice one there. I'll let me give you the one that is relatively easy. So let me do this one. Okay, so I'm going to list for each event the number of characters in its name. So I will leave this one for you. You do it after I've done this one. Let me do this one. So show how big countries are in relation to Wales. So is it still the same event table? I think so. First, open the script in the folder above and execute. If you should now be looking at the list of world countries. Okay, so this data is different from the one we've been using before. So I'm going to just download this now. I'm going to open it. I'm going to go back to downloads. I'm going to unzip it, extract all. I'm going to extract, and it's going to, the extraction is there now, this one. So I'm going to go to my SSMS. I'm going to come there. I'm going to say open. I'm going to come to file, and then I'm going to go to downloads. This is the one. This is the zip file. I'm going to look for the unzipped one, which is 797. Okay, which is this. All right. I'm going to click on this. I will say open. To open, so I'm just going to, you can see the list of countries. I'm just going to execute, and then you can see that is executed. Did this create table? So it's still the use word event. So if I refresh this word event database now, because from this query it's saying use word event, so meaning create the table in word event database, and this is the word event database. If I just refresh the database, yes, go to tables. Now you'll be able to see, you can see countries by area. So I can go ahead and just select this one now. Now, yes, we have our data that we want to use. Now, the next thing is, now let's go. It now says, first open, it should show looking at the list of, okay, it's rational to express the country size in terms of how many times it could fit ways into it. So let's do this. First, create the following columns in a query. So we are told to create these columns in a query. What column? The columns, area leftover and Wales unit. Let's see, is there any column there called area leftover? So, okay, we are going to create it, area leftover and Wales unit. You need, okay, you need to know that Wales is, Wales is 20,761 square kilometer in area. Now, extend your query to show a text description of how many times each country could accommodate Wales. You need to know that Wales is 20,000 square kilometer in real. Now, okay, so let's create these two columns first. The remainder, when you divide a country's area by the area of Wales. So this area left over, the column means the remainder when we divide country's area. So this is the country's area, right, by the area of Wales. So how do we do that? So first thing is, we have selected this. Let me remove top. So I want to create another column. I will say comma, and I'll say so kilometers. I'm just going to copy this again. See? So remember, if I want to select for Wales, I will say, if I want to select for the area of Wales alone, I will say select this from the table itself. See, select this from the table where, right, where country is what? Wales, Abi. So I will say where country equals to Wales. So if I run this code now, this code will return for me. Sorry, I didn't close it. This code will give me. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah. I will say, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Please, I have a question.
Your line is
in
breaking.
anything we want to do, are we going to start with select this one that you're writing, position, country? Okay. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, sir. I'm asking that instead of writing, starting with select this km square from word event, blah blah blah. Is it compulsory you start with this select position country by doing them first before the second one?
Okay, so it's not compulsory. So the reason why I'm running that one first, all right? The reason why I'm running that one first is because I want to see how the data looks like. You get, in not until you run a query, you won't know how it looks like. So you can see the table here, but you don't, and you know that you have columns. Okay, these are the columns. Yes, but where are they? So you just want to look at them. That's why they are SQL is different from Excel. Excel, you are seeing what you are doing, but here you can't see it until you run that query. So I'm just running it so that I can just see how the table looks like, so that I know how to tackle the question. So, and that's why, sorry, yes, come on. And that's why I ran this one first. Running this one now, I'm able to see, okay, this is how the table is. And that gives me a picture of what the question is asking me to do. The question says, divide the kilometer scale of each country by that of Wales. So meaning for Russia is 170,000 or 1.7 million square something. I have to divide this of Russia by, if I look for Wales. So I have to look for. So I don't want to waste my time, but if Wales is 10,000, for example, I have to divide it by that of Wales. All right. So I have to divide by that of Wales. That's why I'm running it first. So I see how the data looks like, and then I'm now running to see just for Wales, so that I will know what I will divide it by. Do you get it now? Although from the question, we've been told that you need to know that Wales is 20,761, but from the query, I could know that too. So that's why I'm running this second one. Okay, what is even that of Wales? Okay. Wales does not even have anyone. Where country is Wales? Okay. Or let me say select star. Let me get it. Select star from this. Where country is Wales? Okay, so Wales does not have any. The country is not even there, so Wales is not even there. So what we just do now is, I will now create another column. How do I create the next column? So not even create like that, but since I'm passing this argument again now, so it's like it's going to create another column. So I will now say, so does that answer your question first? Let me even. Does the explanation answer your question? Why we need to run those queries first? Just to look at the data. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I will say kilometer square divided by the size of Wales. You said Wales is 20,000, so I will just say divided by this. I can put this. I'm not going to put comma, so you don't need that comma there. So this one now, if I run this one, let me run it now so that you see what you have. So you can see now, it's now dividing each of these ones by 20,761. That's why you're having this. So I can divide. So and they've given us a name. We should give that kind of column, leftover. But this is not leftover, right? Leftover is, so let's now go back to. Let me just go to this Control L. Now if I divide 20 by 6, 20 by 6 is what? 20 divided by 6 is what? Hello?
3 point something, 3 point something.
So 3 remainder what?
Let's say 5.
Let's say, okay. 20 divided by 6, 3 remainder what? It gives you what? 3 remainder what?
Let me check, sir.
What is 6 times 3?
Times 3 is 18.
So 20 divided by 6 is 3 remainder what?
Is 6.
So when you divide 6 by 20, you get 6 3 times. It will remain what?
And
That would be
so
3.
3 remainder.
I was like, what's happening now? 3 remainder 2. So this question is saying we should return the remainder when we divide.
It's supposed to be 3 remainder 3.
No, 2 now. 3 remainder 2. 20 divided by 6 is 2 remainder 3. So what are we saying? 6 times 3.
3 remainder.
3
3
is correct.
remainder.
3 remainder 2 is correct. 6 times 3 is 18. So 3 remainder 2. So what this question is saying is that area leftover, you can see now, the area leftover is the remainder when you divide the country area by the area of Wales. So when I divide this Afghanistan area divided by 20,000, the remainder I have is what we call area leftover. So the next question will now be, how do I get remainder? So to get remainder, we use this percentage sign. So when I say this modulo 20,761, so it will return for me the remainder. So if I run this one now, you see that this guy is the remainder when I divide this guy by 20,000. So when I divide this guy by 20,000, the remainder is this. When I divide this by 20,761, the remainder is this. Do you get that now? But we need to alias it because we have to call it as area leftover. So if I run it again now, you see that it has changed the name to area leftover. That's how we've added another new column using modulo. Modulo returns remainder. Now, the next question now says, now extend your query to show, okay, Wales unit. What is Wales unit? The number of exact times that area of Wales divide country area. Once you have subtracted the area leftover as calculated above. Once you have subtracted the area, okay, so once you have subtracted the area leftover. So now what they're saying is that the number of exact times. So let me go back to my demo. So 20 divided by 6 absolutely is what? So if I the exact times 20 is 6 is able to divide 20 is how many times? The number of times 6 is able to divide 20 is how many times?
Nice, 3.
3 times. Because the remainder is just remainder. The remainder will create a point 3 stuff. So, but that's not what we want. We want to know the number of times. So that is like saying round up. All right, round up. So or int or int. So now that's what they are asking us to do now as the new column. So the new column should be this guy. You see, this guy divided by this guy. So instead of using modulo now, we now use divide. But if I use divide now, you see what will happen. Let me run it. You can see, okay, it's even fine. It's not giving us points. So sometimes it might even give you points. So to avoid that, you can say cast. Remember cast I told you about. This is not in normal, so I can say cast as int so that it will return the point. Integer is always whole number. If I run this, it's fine, right? But it's not doing us. You can say cast as int, or you do 76 what? 76. You can say cast as int, or you do rand. There's another function called rand in SQL. So rand to the zero decimal place so that it won't give us points. You can see it's still the same thing. I've done it through 2 ways now. It's either you use rand or you use cast. So now we are good now, but we need to alias it, Abi. So that is what Wales units, right? So I will go back and say Wales unit as Wales unit. So it's fine now, right? Now the next thing is, but wait, Afghanistan is showing. What is the first one showing? Okay, so the next thing is, now extend your query to show a test description of how many times each country could accommodate Wales. So you are to now form another column called Wales comparison. So how do you do this one? They are saying, so you are going to take this one, 31 times Wales plus 309 square meter. The next one, 1 times Wales plus 798187 scale meter. So how do you do this now? So different ways you can do this. This is like concatenation straight away, as simple as that. So you just say comma. So we want to pick this one first, Abby. Which one first? The unit first, Abby. The unit. So I will now say Control C. Let me place it on the new page. This, there, I will use, there is what we call I think plus should work here. Plus, then I have to put times. So times is just I put x. I will do plus again to join everything together. So this will give me 823, for example, times, then I will call out the other one times this one times what? I will multiply it by times whales. Okay, so times whales plus. So I will now write again inside quote again whales plus. I will close that again. I will add plus again. Plus what now? Plus area leftover. That's what we are writing in the next place. That 3909. So you now pick area leftover. So this is area leftover. This is the code for area leftover. We copy that. Let's copy it to the brackets. See? Okay. Right. So we have added everything now. Times whales plus this, then plus again. You now put the last thing they wrote there. SQ dot kilometer dot. So come back here and say SQ dot kilometer dot, right? Close that. Then we are good now. Yeah, let's try and run it. Error converting data type VARCHAR to big int. Which one is that? Line 2. Okay. I think I know what's wrong. But this should not even. Okay, wait, let me. I'll put them in brackets first. Let's see. Why? Okay, wait. Data type VARCHAR to big. Which one is VARCHAR here? Which one is VARCHAR? Okay. Could it be so? Let's try and use, instead of using plus now, let's try and use concat. There's another function called concat. So let's just use concat. Comma. Concat function requires 2 to 254. Requires 2 to, yes, that's what you're giving it now. Okay, wait, let me review. Okay, this one, yeah, this one. Okay, it's like you are getting this error because of this. So what we can do, let me see if this will work. I want to cast it as int. I also cast this one as int. Then cast this last one to it. So let's see. So, but I hope we are getting what I'm trying to do here. So, yeah, like concatenation that we do in Excel, you are using concat
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
to join everything together.
From
It will now be
patterns.
written, now be looking like this, but we'll get it. We'll do it. I even prefer plus. Round yes plus. Or should I use hand? Hand is plus. We have multi. Mm, mm, let me see. Finally, change your query sort order so that it contains only. Okay, wait. So there's another function for instead of using rand, you can also use ABS. ABS means absolute. You may find the ABS function useful to show the absolute value of the differences in sizes for each country. If you are wondering why Wales isn't top, it's not a country in its own right. Save this. Yeah, I want to see why. We don't need all this. So you can see what I'm saying now. You can see what I'm saying. This is the way concat. So it should be concat. So I don't know why it's not giving us error. It shouldn't be giving us any error since it's in. Let's run it again. It shouldn't be giving us any. Or let me just remove this rand. Remove this rand. Mm. Let's try that. This, this. Okay, we can even put this one together. Yes. Times Wales plus yeah. It's not working. So why is it not working before? Okay, because maybe that's because of that rand. Yeah. So now the next thing is there should be a space, Abby. So this
Yes,
first
sir.
one, so you can put a space here, space times, then there's a space in waste plus, then there should be a space after plus, then this one, then there should be a space here. So let's run it now. You can see now that now space this. So that's all you need to do. You can either use concat as I've told us, or you can use plus. I don't know why plus. So plus should work now. Let's try plus again. So let's first of all alias it. What should be the alias? Alias it as Wales comparison.
Wales comparison.
Wales. So we run it now. So let's try plus again. So plus should also work. Plus. So I think the reason why plus was not okay is because of that rand. You don't be using rand in that plus. Let me use okay, so let's just stay with our concat. So let's just do that. So yeah, concat. So you can see now, does that make sense to you? But I think we are not done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The first few countries in alphabetical order. So let's do alphabetical order now. So how do I do alphabetical order? What do I do to write it in alphabetical?
Order by AS.
Order by
Order by AS.
order by country. Order by country.
By country.
Yes. Okay, so you can see it now. The next thing is yeah. Finally, change your query sort order so that it lists countries with the closest in size to weight first. Closest in size to weight. So we said Wales is 20,000. 20,761. So we want to order it. Okay, by those with Wales. Okay, so I can say order by this order by close, because we have to start with countries. Okay. Okay, so we can do not where we are not featuring. Order by country. Sending. Wait, let me see. Okay. So to order it by that of Wales. So we have to do Wales minus kilometer squared. Okay, ascending. So let me try that. Order by the value of Wales. Okay, let me write it. Order by 72761. To give a order by this minus kilometer squared. Okay. By this ascending should be giving us let me use absolute. Anyway, this okay. So order by absolute ABS absolute. So absolute is so even if this kilometer scale is negative, absolute will give you as positive. That's the meaning of that's what absolute does. So if For example, I say select ABS of -10. If I run this, you can see it's giving me 10. So ABS gives you the positive of any negative number. So that's all. That's what we are ordering by, but we subtract whales from the rest, and then we are ordering it ascending. So what that means is, if, for example, a kilometer scale of a country is 10,000, so that would be 20,000 minus 10,000. So that makes 10,000, right? Yeah, and then we are doing ascending. So, but if it is greater than 10,000, let's say 30,000, it will still give us 10,000. So it's just a logic to show the one that is closest to Wales. Yeah, that's it. So we can you can see that SQL is powerful. Remember, if you want to do this in Power BI, you use another new column. You now do conditional column and all that, and then you now do merge and all that. So you can see it's faster to query data. That's why maybe SQL is even big. I think we have to stop there. And I wanted us to treat so a lot of it. I wanted us to even treat about talk about which ones now? Subqueries. So there are lots of nice subqueries, but you can try it out. That's why I said you should go and try it out, and then when you have issues, come back to me so that we can trash it today. But it's all fine, right? So what is just needed now is just go and practice, right? So it's interesting that you have, if you can finish all these exercises, it will really help you a lot. Yeah, it will help you a lot. So I think I will stop there. I hope you've learned something today. Yeah, so that I can tackle the issue.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Adoration, have you reinstalled Python? Daniela, have you
Sir,
installed Python?
after the
Okay.
class, after the
Okay,
class,
after
sir,
the
I will
class.
install it.
I'll do it after.
Okay, so install it and then ensure, don't forget to add it to environment variable. At the last stage of installation, it will ask you add to environment variable. So when you click it, then after that, all you need to do is just run it and then run that code I gave you to install Jupyter. So when you are done with Jupyter, this is how you get it. So I think I've demoed it for us. When it comes CMD, you just say PIP small letter Python rather. Python space -m space -m Python space -m
PIP install
PIP
Jupyter
install
notebook.
Jupyter. Just say Jupyter. Install
Okay.
Jupyter. Yeah, fine. So if I run this one now, you can see this is how it will run for you. You can see because I've already installed it, that's why it's saying requirement already satisfied. You are using PIP version, however, version 2.2 is available. So if I want to also upgrade my PIP version, I can say Python -m PIP upgrade. Is it PIP upgrade PIP? Oh, sorry. PIP, I think PIP dollar upgrade. Dollar, let's say upgrade. I'll check that. I'll check that syntax out. I think that dollar upgrade or something. So you just upgrade it to the latest version. I don't know if I even have it open. So you just upgrade it. But what you need for now is just install it. You can see that I've installed it already. That's why it's saying requirement already satisfied. So for you, it will download like this. And when you are done, to connect, you just need to connect to your Jupyter notebook. Just say Jupyter notebook. Hit enter. And instantly, this will open for you. You can see it now. All you just need is come to new and then select this. And then you can start coding. That's how you start a code. All right, so please let's endeavor to get this right before the next class. Right, and I believe the last
Yes, sir.
video session I sent as well has an introduction to Python. So next class is as good as we are starting full-fledged Python. So get your seatbelt and ensure you take a lot of time to practice and get yourself ready. Because after the whole course, we're going to talk about building your resume, LinkedIn profile, and then you start applying. Yeah. So thank you everyone. Yeah, for joining. So please.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. So let's get prepared for this. Do have a nice. So for those that did not join, I will send the recording. So yeah, do have a nice night.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. And you too.